What are some things that you have found that give an indicator that usually don't match up perfectly with the best use of your time?
I wish I could say I knew all of the signs and the indicators or the specific phrases, but the gist of it that I found is when someone comes to me and asks me to do something and it's close to what I do, but it's not quite. When we'd like you to speak on this, and it's a little bit outside of my topic, or it's a version of it that I've never considered or I've never spoken on before. If I say yes to that, I don't want to say I doom myself because that's a little strong, but I nearly always end up either regretting it or looking back and saying it wasn't worth my time and my energy. Because even though I could do something, the could is not should. I could do something doesn't mean I should do something. So if I could accept this speaking engagement, but it means I'm going to have to prepare a whole new set of remarks and come up with a new keynote because it's just enough outside of what I do that it doesn't quite fit, I'm going to spend a lot more time and energy on that than I anticipate. Another thing I have found to be key is I look at where the invitation has come from. And if someone comes and says, we're this brand new organization and we're so excited and we want to bring you on, that right there gives me pause. We're a brand new organization. We've never done this before. I have learned through hard and painful experience that if someone hasn't done it before, you don't want to be their guinea pig. Because no matter how great their intentions are, if they haven't done it before, they are learning through you. And you are going to be thrown into the mess of the creation. It doesn't mean it can't be successful. It means it's much less likely to be successful, or at least much less likely to meet their expectations and certainly your expectations. I've had people who've promised all sorts of things on the front end because they had big dreams and visions. We're going to give you photography from the event. We're going to have someone come and video the event, and you're going to get this professional video. We're going to pay you a portion of the proceeds afterwards, and we're going to have X, Y, and Z all available for you, but they give you only a little bit up front. I have walked out of those situations and they say, sorry, we didn't make any money and we're in the hole. I'm not going to be able to get the photography, I'm not going to be able to get the video, and we can't give you any of these things that we promised. I've had another situation where they brought me on and had this supposedly great lineup of speakers, and you're going to be this fantastic in this lineup. And then they introduced and said, and for her first time on stage ever, and they brought up a speaker right before me who literally read from a page the whole time and just deflated the energy and took all of the air out of the balloon right before I was about to stand up. So I would say the thing I've learned is there may not be any set of specific words or phrases, but when people are new to a circumstance, when it's something they haven't tried before, or they're experimenting with something, that is maybe indication that you're going to spend more time and effort than you might have energy for. If you're involved in the group and it's part of what you're getting paid to do to experiment and to figure it out, great, more power to you. But if someone is coming to you asking you to give some of yourself to situations like that, that's a tricky thing. Another thing is where if you have indicated to people that you don't have time and energy and they're still coming to you and asking for things, that to me says, okay, maybe you're not fully aware of what's going on, or maybe you're just trying to find a different door or window to get to me, but I need to protect myself. And I had a time where I quit a job and let people know I was going to be taking care of myself and my family, and an organization came and they said, we know you're not doing this anymore, but would you do this for us? And I looked at the commitment, and it wasn't a huge time commitment, but wasn't an area I had particular passion about. I could see how it would be good for them. I couldn't see how it would be very good for me. So that's the other thing, is what are the benefits for yourself and for your family? Because you're going to have a lot of opportunities, but you need to have some sort of payback, not necessarily in a paycheck form, but where you get some reward or some benefit out of it. Service is great, and I do service all of the time, but I try not to make commitments where I am prioritizing serving others and my own family is going to suffer or my health is going to suffer because of it. So That's a roundabout way of answering your question because I don't think there's any one answer, but I think you need to look at a variety of things and consider all aspects of the situation.
Well, Jodi, thank you for answering some of these questions. I know the audience is going to love these, so I can't wait to go on to our next subjects here. So we will resume here shortly.